Aloha y'all, this is Don with DTTV coming to you from Lahaina town. Let me flip it around. Sitting over here on Front Street. Behind me you can see is Maui built. They're no longer at this location. And it's kind of sad to see a bunch of Front Street is locked down. There are actually more cars parked here today than we've seen in a while. But definitely not a good situation here. But anyway, let me get to the topic at hand here. So Hurricane Douglas is currently a Category 3 hurricane. It's sitting over a little bit warmer waters, pretty far east of here. The current expectation is it'll hit the Big Island on Sunday morning around 8 a.m. That's kind of when the eye wall will be to the Big Island. By then they're expecting it's going to be down to a pretty weak hurricane, Category 1, with winds around 75 miles an hour. Right now it is a Category 3. They're expecting it to decrease pretty quickly here in the next day or so down to a Category 1. And then by the time it gets over to us, we should be relatively safe, especially over here on the Lahaina side. The weather today has been pretty awesome. I started out in Pukalani this morning, and there was no clouds over Haleakala or the West Maui Mountains. It was really beautiful. But in a couple days that won't be the case. Let me flip around and let you see what we've got going here. So with the hurricane coming, for those that aren't super familiar with Hawaii and how hurricanes interact here, the colder water of the Pacific tends to decrease the strength of the hurricanes by the time it gets to Hawaii. So generally speaking, it's not too bad with hurricanes here. And of course they can happen, they have in the past, but it's not as frequent as you have like with the Gulf Coast and the eastern coast with hurricanes coming out of the Caribbean, where you have the really warm water. The other thing that helps with the Pacific is the wind shear. So we are looking basically directly west right now. So there's Lanai in the distance. So the trade winds normally come from the northeast to the southwest. And because of that, the wind shear way up in the atmosphere tends to blow the top off of tends to blow the top off the hurricanes to help them dissipate. And if you've ever seen a thunderstorm from a distance, you'll see the cloud is really tall, right? Well, that high elevation trade winds tend to shear the top off of it and make it a little bit more difficult for hurricanes to sustain their strength here. So anyhow, I'll do a report probably every day or so, just to kind of give you an update of what the weather's like here and what's going on. Right now it's pretty perfect, as you can see. There's looking around, we've got surfers out here on this break. Imagine breakwall's got a few people. I don't know if we can see. Yeah, I can't see around to the longboard break over there at Baby Beach. But as we mentioned, pretty much everything's shut down here on Front Street, which may or may not be a good thing with a hurricane coming through. But again, being on the back side of the West Maui Mountains does help protect Lahaina from a little bit of the storm. The worst spots are going to be North Shore and the Hana side. And it looks like from what we've seen so far that the main track, the kind of center of the track, is going to be on the north side of the Big Island, south side of Maui. So kind of going through the channel. But hopefully that helped. Everything's okay here right now. We'll keep you updated. Let me know in comments if you have any questions. I am not a meteorologist. I don't play one on TV. And actually this whole DTTV thing kind of started a few years ago. Not as a joke, but we had a bunch of friends that were asking us about a previous hurricane and making sure we were going to be okay and everything. So I went outside and just did a quick video so that they knew we were safe. Because, you know, coming from the Houston area, we're originally from the Houston area, we've gone through a lot of hurricanes, so we're prepared, have lots of food and lots of water, and definitely want to be prepared because the biggest issue on Hawaii, or on Maui specifically, but throughout Hawaii, is a lot of the power lines are elevated. They're above ground. So with all the winds that we get here, knocking trees down, it's pretty likely that we'll lose electricity for at least a little while. And with limited resources and limited workers, that's probably the biggest concern, is loss of electricity. So we'll keep you updated, and come back out here every day and let's take a look. But right now it's a beautiful Maui day. See if I can read anything here real quick. All right. Well, y'all have a great day. Aloha, y'all, and ahoy ho.